Okay, we'll see next bit. See carefully. What is that one? 27th one. 27th is a very important bit. So what is the correct relationship between pH of isomolar solutions of sodium oxide? Its pH value is pH 1 is a sodium oxide, and another one is sodium sulfide. Its pH value is 2, and sodium selenium, its pH value is denoted by 3, and sodium tellurium, its pH value denoted by 4. Okay, what is the correct order of those solutions pH values? For this, we have to dissolve this one in water. We are getting, you balance it is not a matter, NaOH plus H2O we are getting. If you dissolve this chemical in water, we are getting sodium hydroxide strong base plus H2S we are getting. If you dissolve this one in water, we are getting sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen selenium we are getting. H2O dissolved, we are getting sodium hydroxide as usual plus tellurium hydride we are getting, means H2Te we are getting. Did you observe or no? From all these compounds commonly we are getting NaOH is the basic, but its basic resultant strength is depending upon adjacent component. For example, you take in first case we are getting H2O is a neutral component. Why? Because H plus ion concentration is equals to OH minus concentration. Because of this water, is there any decreasing in the concentration or basic strength of the NaOH? No, that's why it is very basic character, more basic strength. You come for down. Okay, here H2S is coming, but it is having slightly acidic character. Why? Because here SH bond is there, short bond, even though little bit tendency will be there to produce H plus particle. Because of slightly less acidic character, what happening here, somewhat basic character will be neutralized. Then we are getting low basic strength chemical we are getting. You come down still. So come down means what happening here, we are getting tellurium hydride we are getting. So then what happening, breaking will be very easily gives the H plus particle, means it is the more acidic compound. More acidic compound means is becoming less, very less basic of resultant solution. Now from here to here what happening, basic character is decreasing. What is the relation between pH and basic character? Basic strength is directly proportional to pH. More basic strength, more pH. That's why pH1 is greater than pH2 is greater than pH3 is the least is nothing but pH4 will be there. So check it what option it is. The very good question. Option is first one. Okay, go for 28th. You see carefully. What is that one? Ionic radii are inversely proportional to the effective nuclear charge. Yes, 100%. As the nuclear charge is increasing, what happening? The force of attraction increasing, size decreasing. Already we discussed under factors effect on atomic radius. Effective nuclear charge means resultant nuclear charge. Okay, so go for next. Ions is given, and the ionic radii show, their ionic radii show the significant increasing from aluminum to this one. No, why? Charge is inversely proportional to size, that's why. Okay, from a significant decreasing from where to where, O minus 2 to Al plus 3. So why? Because O minus 2 is a very small charge having a bigger size. From there to here, aluminum is the bigger charge having small size. What are the middle particles? F minus and Na plus, after that Mg plus 2. That's why this is the order of the decreasing the size of the particle. Go for next. Which of the following order is wrong? Okay, with respect to which one did he mention? Yes, ionization energy, 30th bit. See the second option. With respect to ionization energy, I told very clearly lithium has very less than boron, yes or no, than beryllium, after that carbon. This is the right order, but he given which one? Lithium, beryllium, boron and carbon he mentioned. That's why it is a wrong order. Where change is coming means this one with respect to which one? Penetration power. Are you clear? Yes. Check it, that is second option. You go for next, a correct order of first ionization potential among the following species. The same question is asking. Yes, after this one what you are getting? Oxygen we are getting and nitrogen we are getting. Which order you check it? Option B, I think first option is coming. Which of the following element has maximum electron affinity? Maximum electron affinity means maximum energy releasing while adding electron, nothing but a Cl among the periodic table elements. Go for 33. The first ionization potentials electron volts of beryllium and boron respectively. Beryllium and boron. Yes, beryllium is more than boron. That's why first value will be high, second value will be low. First value will be high and second value will be low in case of D option. Yes. Go for next is nothing but which of the following correct order of size of the atomic species? Yes, you can do it. That one also very simple, is nothing but 34. Yes, he given I minus I and I plus. Minus 1 0 charge, plus 1 charge, charge less size big, charge more size less. That's why this is the order. I think option B. Go for next. Which of the following ion is the largest in size? Largest in size means a smallest charge. What is the smallest charge? S minus 2. Which of the following has the smaller in size? Smaller in size means bigger in charge. Which one is having bigger charge? Al plus 3. Yes, you can do it. Among the following oxide, the one which is the more basic, more metallic, more electropositive, big size. Which is the big size? Yes, you check it. Magnesium. Magnesium is the second A group element, S block element, extremely left hand or big in size. Coming right hand side, size will be decreasing. Which one of the following has larger in size? Larger in size means first one Na and another one is Na plus, Na minus, can't be predicted. Na minus having very small charge, thus by having bigger in size. You do this one, you can get it. So many bits is there like this. Na plus, Mg plus 2 and Al plus 3 and Si plus 4 given is keeping them in the proper order. Proper order means small charge. Yes, you can get it here. Question number 39. Na plus having bigger size than Mg plus 2 than Al plus 3 than Si plus 4 because bigger in size, small in size, because small charge, very big charge having small size. Go for next. In the periodic table from left to right in the period atomic volumes. Yes, already we did in Luther Mayer things. So what is that first bit? Yes, under Luther Mayer graph you are taking atomic volumes on y-axis, atomic weights we are taking on x-axis. What happening? Yes. So in the periodic table from left to right in period, the atomic volumes first decreasing. Okay, first decreasing, after that peak will be coming like this. Yes or no? Like this will be coming. First decreasing, after that going on increasing. So that means that's only we are telling as a nothing but which one? Yes, first decreasing, next increasing. This is nothing but first period, after that second period, like that will be coming. First decreasing, then increasing. Okay, next, which electronic configuration of an element has abnormally high difference between second and third ionization energy? Very important bit. Okay, now you can see for S. For example, if you take first A group element, so first ionization energy will be less. Why? Because only one valence electron is there. After losing one valence electron, it is becoming a inert gas configuration. Removal of second electron will be very, very high. That's why second ionization energy will be very high for first A group element. You can come for third A group element, second A group element. First ionization energy will be less, little bit more is second ionization energy, but third ionization energy will be very high. Why? The two valence electron is low, so then it is becoming stable element. That's why the third ionization energy will be very high. I will give you one more example. Third A group element is there, for example. What is the ionization energy? IE1 is less than, IE2 is less than, IE3 and IE4 is very, very high. Why? Because 3 valence electron is lost, then it is becoming stable element. Then if you want to remove 4th electron, will be very, very high. Now you check it very carefully. Which electronic configuration of element has abnormally high difference between second and third? Second and third, large gap is coming. That is a which group element? Second A group element. Which is the second A group element? Check it. Having 2 valence electron is nothing but magnesium. Option D. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2. Good question. So it is nothing but magnesium given. Are you clear? Yes. The go for another bit is nothing but 42. Yes. What is that one? One of the characteristic property of a non-metal that they are. So one of the characteristic of non-metal is nothing but they are electronegative. Yes, non-metals is nothing but electronegative element. Which one of the following has minimum value of cation-anion ratio? Cation-anion ratio will be very large, means size should be very large variation. Small ratio value means they are in comparable size. Which is in comparable size? You check it carefully. Yes, magnesium and chloride. The magnesium and chloride having very almost similar size. That's why the size or radius ratio value will be very small. And go for 41. Which of the following sets has strongest tendency to form anions? So anion means negatively charged particle has to be formed, means electronegative element means non-metal. Which are non-metals? Nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. You can get it. And elements of which of the following groups will form anions most readily? So is asking elements of the which of the following groups. So anions means electronegative element. Electronegative element means p block element. P block element means last one, either oxygen family and halogen family. Which one is given? Yes, oxygen family and halogen family, but relatively halogen family is a very small size. That's why more easily forms the anions, because already having 7 valence electron to becoming stabilized to requires one more electron taking and forming anions very easily. Go for next. In the periodic table, with the increasing in atomic numbers, metallic character of an element. In the periodic table, with increasing in atomic number, how metallic character will be changing? In groups, from top to bottom, atomic number is increasing, size increasing, metallic character is also increasing. But in periods, left to right, size decreasing, what happening? Atomic number is increasing as usual, but metallic character is decreasing. That's why, what is the option? Decreases in the periods and increases in the group. And last bit, which of the following atom will have a smallest size? Check it. What is that element? Sodium. Sodium is first A group element. It is actually sodium. Beside it beryllium and magnesium. After that lithium. Yes, these are first A group elements and second A group element. From here to here size increasing, from here to here size decreasing, but here to here size increasing, but here to here decreasing. What are the least in size? Beryllium. Are you getting or no? Yes, these are important things related to that periodic table. If you are strong in that theory, you can do it. It is nothing for you. And now we are starting chemical bonding. Is a very important topic for especially NEET examination a point of view. Is a huge concept. Understand carefully while explaining. You can get it objective very easily. Chemical bonding. See carefully. What is this thing? Chemical bonding. This is also completely theory topic. Understand each and every point carefully. Chemical bonding means what? A force of attraction which holds the atoms together in a molecule is called as chemical bonding. For example, you have glucose C6H12O6. All carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms are held together in this substance because of force of attraction. That force of attraction only we are calling as chemical bonding. Are you understanding or no? So to explain the chemical bonding, we have so many theories we have. Under this, I will tell you one thing, see carefully, nothing but Coastal-Lewis theory. Coastal-Lewis theory. Okay, before going to discuss about the Coastal-Lewis theory, how atoms are involving in the chemical bonding, we will see. For example, I am taking two atoms. In this atom we have nucleus with positive charge and electron with a negative charge. B atom also having nucleus with positive charge, electron with a negative charge. You know very well, between nucleus and electron we have repulsive force. Between electron and nucleus we have force of attraction. Electron and nucleus we have force of attraction. Now we are floating a graph between two things. One is energy of the system and internuclear distance, indirectly the distance between the two atoms. If you take the two atoms are far away from each other, means yes, very gap between the two particles is very high. Then no repulsive force between them and as well as attractive forces. Then what happening? The atoms are moves randomly, then energy will be very high. Now those atoms are approaching together, then gradually energy will be decreasing, becoming least. Then we can understand at that situation chemical bond is happened. Chemical bond is happened means between the two atom attractive force is balanced with repulsive force. Then between the two atom whatever internuclear distance is there, that only we are calling as bond length. Now still you are bringing them to close. When you are bringing them to close, what happening? Repulsive force is dominating. Repulsive force is dominating means the atoms are going away from one another. Then again energy will be going on increasing. So at this situation, repulsive force is dominating the attractive force. Again they are going far away from each other. Still energy will be going on increasing. Okay, later we have to discuss one more thing, means what we can understand at which thing the system or the substance will have least energy, that will be stable, because at least energy case they are involving in the chemical bonding. Now we are going with some other things. Generally if you take any atom, in that atom we have lost shell. The lost shell having electrons is calling as valence electron. Generally, those valence electrons only involving in the chemical bonding. I will explain to you. Other than valence electrons are called core electron. This is important bit. Other than valence electrons is calling as core electron. Okay, in valence shell, some pairs of electrons is there. Pairs of electrons not involving in chemical bonding, those are calling as lone pairs. Yes, 3 points we got it here. In every atom, lost shell having electrons is calling as valence electron. Generally they are participating in the chemical bonding. Other than valence electrons is calling as a core electrons. Next point, in the valence shell some electron pairs are there, though are not involving in the chemical bonding. Such pairs are calling as lone pair. Just I will tell you one example. If you take nitrogen atomic number 7, configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3 will be there. Okay, we are discussing about the valence electrons, core electrons and lone pair electrons. See here, the last shell having electrons is calling as valence electron. How many are there? 5 are there. So 5 valence electron. We are discussing so many things. Whatever valence electron is there, that only we are calling as group number is nothing but a fifth A group element. If you want to find out the period number, among the coefficient, what is the highest? It's 2. That's why highest coefficient represent period number, nothing but second period. Okay, now whatever valence electron is there, generally they are involving in the chemical bonding. Generally it's not compulsory. Okay, now other than valence electron, whatever will be there, 2 are there. The 2 electrons are called core electrons. For example, you take nitrogen compound ammonia, you can take. In ammonia, out of 5 valency electron, only 3 valency electrons are involving in the chemical bonding. These 3 are involving in the chemical bonding. This pair is not involving in the chemical bonding. That only we are specially calling as, in valency shell, pair of electron not involving in the chemical bonding is calling as lone pair. How many are there? 1 is there. That is only we are denoting like this. All of you understood? I will tell you one more thing. Sodium. Yes, atomic number 11. Configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. What is the group number, period number, valence electron, core electron, lone pair, everything we will discuss. Here last shell, third shell is the last shell having one valence electron. That is only involving in the chemical bonding. It's not a big thing. And other than valence electron, what will be there? 10 electrons will be there, called as core electrons. This is only involving in the chemical bonding. Is there any lone pairs? No. Why? Because all valence electrons are utilizing in the chemical bonding. That's why we can write it as no lone pairs. And what is the group number and period number? One valence electron is there. That's why it is denoted by first A group element. And what is the maximum coefficient here? Third. That's why it is called as third period element. Yes, so many bits we discussed here. And one more thing is asking in the competitive. For example, X element is there, configuration 1s2, 2s2. Y element is there, configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3 will be there. With X and Y, what is the formula will be possible for the compound? Yes. In this, the last shell is the second shell having 2 valence electron. It is nothing but second A group element. Second A group element valency will be 2 indirectly. Now, here the last shell is this one, nothing but having 5 valence electron, nothing but fifth A group element it is. For fifth A group element, valence is equals to 8 minus 5, 8 minus group number, nothing but 3. Write down. X element valency will be 2, Y element valency will be 3, then do cross. Then what we are getting? X3, Y2 is the formula. Yes, is also like this is asking. Are you understanding or no? Yes, now we will go for some other things. Other than inert gases or noble gases, all elements are having less than 8 valency electron. Other than inert gases, in the remaining periodic table elements, all are having less than 8 valence electron. Then what they are doing? They are trying to attaining 8 electrons in the last shell. In that process, they may lose or gain or share the electron. That concept only we are calling as octet rule. Every element in the periodic table try to attain the 8 electron in its last shell by sharing or gaining or losing. The phenomena is calling as octet rule. The elements which are having octet rule, they are highly stable element. Are you clear? Now we are going to discuss about one more thing is nothing but Lewis dot symbols. Lewis dot symbols. Sir, what is the meaning of Lewis dot symbols? Okay, generally for element, whatever valence electron is there, we are showing them as dots. For example, hydrogen has one valency electron, we are denoting like H dot. And we can take lithium atomic also having one valence electron can be shown as one dot around it. Oxygen 6A group element, 6 valence electron, we are showing them as around it 6 dots. Like that, nitrogen 5th A group element, 5 valence electron, we are showing them as 5 dots around it. For example, you have fluorine 7th A group element, 7 valence electron, then we have around it 7 dots, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So like that we are showing the Lewis dot symbols. All of you clear? Yes.